What are the best original Xbox games of all time? The original Xbox was game changing when it first launched, and many games that debuted on it remain fan favourites to this day. The original Xbox has a lot of great games, but some stood out more than others and remained beloved by many fans. Each of these games has been chosen based on its overall popularity and ratings from both fans and critics. However, some games stand out more than others, and today we are counting down another 10 of the top 50 games ever released for the original Xbox that I still can't get enough of to this day. In this episode, we look at ranks 30 through 21. Number 30, Panzer Dragoon Orta. This rail shooter was the fourth and final game in the series, and it followed the story of Orta, a girl rescued by a dragon who must assist in a rebellion against an oppressive empire. Along with Orta's dragon, players could take part in some seriously epic battles and impressive boss fights that tested all of the skills learned throughout the game. While you can still play its predecessors using one of the best Sega Saturn emulators, Panzer Dragoon Orta has since been made compatible with the Xbox One and Xbox One X. Number 29, Mech Assault. Before Pacific Rim gave us dreams of piloting giant mechs and taking on kaiju, Mech Assault let players control giant robots back in 2002. This third-person shooter allowed players to upgrade their mechs and venture through dynamic levels to complete action-filled missions. For fans of a futuristic version of warfare, Mech Assault was one of the best games out there. Number 28, Beyond Good and Evil. Developed and published by Ubisoft, this action-adventure game was considered one of the greatest games ever made at the time of its launch, and the critics praised its animation, story and design. Giving players control over Jade, a martial artist and investigative reporter, the story revolved around solving puzzles, gathering evidence, and fighting enemies to expose a sinister alien conspiracy that seeks to destroy all of humanity. While this game never became as widely regarded as some other Xbox titles, its local cult following was well deserved, and it certainly earned a solid place on this list. 27. Madden NFL 2004. Madden NFL 2004 took the already successful franchise and added loads of new features that made it even better than its predecessors. This installment allowed players to create their own unique character and plays, and of course jump into owner mode to create their own team and stadium. With EA Sports Online multiplayer, you can compete against other players and further improve your team to be one of the best in the league. Number 26, Forza Motorsport. While Forza 4 is one of the best racing games of all time, as the first game in this series, it was the game that paved the way for all of the incredible games that came after. As one of the best racing games on the original Xbox, Forza Motorsport allowed players to collect, customise and race their own unique cars. You could collect over 60 different car models and win money for upgrades by placing high in races. Make sure if you're enjoying our list to hit that like button and of course subscribe for future content. Number 25, Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2 brought the next chapter of the series to the original Xbox, treating players to its broad array of gameplay modes that included arcade, versus, team battle, survival and many more. You will collect 200 unique weapons for the 13 characters to use, improving their effectiveness and broadening their distinct fighting styles. Specific consoles also received an additional unique character, with Xbox players gaining Spawn, GameCube players earning Link, and PlayStation 2 players gaining Heihachi. Number 24, SSX3. This snowboarding game was built upon the success of its predecessors and added new challenges, more slopes and exciting new challenges for players to conquer. In single player mode, players could test their skills on slopes in various locations, performing tricks and winning races to upgrade their character. There was also an online multiplayer mode that allowed players to compete against others, though this has since been disconnected, of course, much to the disappointment of fans who still really love this game. Number 23, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. This tactical shooter series is one of the most prolific on the original Xbox, and many of its installments find a place on this list. However, this installment, the third game in the series, is set after a series of attacks in the US and Venezuela escalate, leaving the player to lead the defense. In this game, players had to lead a top-secret task force to tackle missions in 14 locations across the world and compete with 15 other players online to test their skills and wit. 22. Dead or Alive 3. As one of the best-selling Xbox games and arguably one of the best fighting games of all time, Dead or Alive 3 was one of the launch titles for the original console, and fans praised its attention to detail. This installment brought new characters, new lighting effects and new interactive environments to the series, while also providing a 4-player competitive multiplayer. The destructible environments particularly stood out to friends, as it was nice inclusion that made the game stand out from others of the time. Number 21, Half-Life 2. After earning 39 Game of the Year awards, it's no surprise that Half-Life 2 earned a rightfully deserved place on this list. Building upon the action of the first game, Half-Life 2 adds even more realism and immersion, allowing players to explore an alien-infested Earth as Gordon Freeman. As Gordon, your main goal was to undo the damage released from his work at Black Mesa 20 years ago, but there was no shortage of diverse of enemies standing in that way that consistently keep players on their toes. That was a terrible Morgan Freeman impression.
Okay, so that's it for today. So if you enjoyed it, punch the like button, comment down below, of course, subscribe to the channel for my Twitter and Instagram links down below. As always, of course, I'll put my TubeBuddy first in the description for YouTube needs, tag titles, thumbnails, all that good stuff. So that's something you need help with, especially like I did. First in the description, download it today. Trust me, you'll wonder how you ever got on with it. And of course, our partner channels, and they hit down below, hit that join button to put myself and the channel, and of course get a huge range of benefits. Be greatly appreciated, but of course, you never have to. But if you don't, you have to subscribe and watch the next video, or something might follow you home. You never know, stuff happens. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you all again very soon.